What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're going to be meeting with a couple on Dr. Phil that claims that they are having a lot of problems. In fact, the guy has a restraining order against his girlfriend because he claims she's a stalker. Trust me, you're going to want to see till the very end to see just how many crazy things she's done to be with this guy. But without further ado, let's get into it and hear from the girlfriend.
No, I believe my behavior is out of control, and I even think that, you know, I have crazy moments.
So right out the gate, she's at least admitting, yeah, I've had some crazy moments, and you'd think, okay, Grim, this person is self-aware enough to realize that they're crazy. She must not do that bad of stuff, right? This guy's probably overreacting. Well, you guys be the judge of that. Let's get forward a bit real quick and look at this list that Dr. Phil has compiled of all the things that her boyfriend and his family claims this girl has done in terms of being a creepy stalker.
According to Jack, and he says about Corinne that she sleeps in the car under the deck.
So real quick, Dr. Phil just skipped forward past a few ones that I really want to make note of. First of all, her breaking into his house. If this is a routine thing and she's actually breaking into her boyfriend's house, that is honestly really creepy. She calls apparently thousands of times a month. She must have unlimited, everything. I guess that's a little bit standard with phone plans nowadays, but still, she's running up his phone pretty much 24/7. If you're calling 1,000 times a month, that must be like every 15 minutes she's trying to reach this guy. She sleeps in her car outside his house and will hide under his deck, waiting for him to come home. I would think that I'm living in a horror movie at that point and I'm being haunted if I'm walking out of my front porch and I look down and I can just see eyes staring up at me. Like, that is the most terrifying image ever.
Hacks his Instagram, Snapchat, and email. Hacks into her mom's phone, Jack's new number.
So I'm guessing they're using the wrong version of hack here, which is what everyone used to say. Basically, she has his login info. It's not really hacking, but I guess you can call it that. And she logs into all his stuff to check through his messages from his family and different friends and making sure that he's not cheating on her. She sounds very obsessive, and of course, if you have this little trust in your relationship, it probably isn't that good of a relationship in general. They're both young people, so I'm sure they can grow and learn. But just wait, you're gonna see how dysfunctional both of them are. It's a very toxic relationship. Okay, that is very obsessive as well, and a bit of a red flag. If you're dating someone and they go through on your phone and start blocking people that you know just because they're the same gender as the people that you're into.
Checks messages from family, friends, and girls. Blocks 20 to 30 friends because they're girls.
That is really far and overstepping your boundaries. You should not feel so insecure that you have to block every female from his life, thinking that he's just gonna cheat on you with all them. I'm sure he doesn't even like most of them and is just, maybe they were classmates or people that he worked with. But then she also makes catfish accounts for him and tries to talk him and coerce him into cheating on her. It just seems like she's going really out of her way to find some dirt on this guy. And if you want to hate him so much, maybe just don't date him in general.
Got pregnant on purpose. Threatens to burn the house down.
Okay, once again, escalating in severity here. Those previous ones were creepy, albeit, but I mean, trying to have a kid on purpose and trapping a person into becoming a parent and threatening to burn their house down if they break up with you is entirely too far. This girl should know better. She's 18, I think, or around that age. And I mean, you're not fully mature by that age by any means. You're still very much a immature person. But you should know right from wrong and know not to be threatening to burn down your boyfriend's house. You are an insane person.
She says that never happened.
I think every single one of those is absolutely true.
And here, this is the boyfriend's mom who is claiming that all of this is true, even though of course the girl is denying it, because who would want to be outed as such an insane person on television like this? And I'm sure the mom might be biased. She wants the best for her son and maybe finds this girl annoying a little bit. But regardless, she claims that all of this stuff has truly happened. She says that she has actually driven to her son's house to, check in on him and has found this girl sitting in the bushes outside just peeking into his house. How terrifying would that be? I would be doing everything in my power to keep my child away from this person.
She's not at home. She's never at home. She's always at Jack's house. If she comes home, it's to take a shower and change her clothes, and then she's back with Jack.
And then go stand at the driveway and watch the house?
And according to her own mom, she is never with her family anyways. She's always spending time with this dude. And there's a bit of a two-way street here that I'm going to get into later once the boyfriend is on stage. But it seems like he goes back and forth between wanting this crazy girlfriend of his and really trying to make the relationship work, and then just hating her guts and wanting her to be really far away from him, which is why he got a restraining order apparently. I mean, it's rightful to do that, but you shouldn't still be having communication with that person once you filed that.
He doesn't tell his mom the full story. So his mom gets half the story, and then it makes, he has.
How much is she over there watching the house?
I've caught her watching, I've caught her hiding.
Dude, you can't really say that the guy's feeding her lies. I'm sure that's true, but she has seen this stuff with her own eyes. She just admitted to it. So you really can't hide behind this whole idea that everyone is making this up if there's actual proof and she's seen you in the bushes outside his house. No matter what, there's no good way to spin that. You were stalking him outside his house, and that is terrifying.
Yeah, I keyed his car.
Why? What does that accomplish?
Nothing, and that was honestly out of anger.
Nah, bro. My car is a treasure. If anyone ever keys my car and I'm friends with them, relationship done. I don't care. I'm really surprised he still would talk to her after this. Maybe he just doesn't love his car as much as I do. But talk about psycho girlfriend move 101. You should not be keying people's cars, lady. But the funny thing is, she tries to apologize for it here or explain the situation, and just listen to what she says.
That if I had the money for it, I would pay for it to get fixed.
You don't have a job, but if you did, you'd
I would gladly
pay
get the
for that.
scratches out.
Well, Dr. Phil, see, if I had a job, I would definitely pay for it, so that kind of makes me a good person, right? What a dumb explanation. No one cares if you would have paid for it or not. You haven't paid for it. Let's talk about your actions, not what you want to do. You don't have a job and you keyed this guy's car, and that's probably going to cost a lot of money to get that buffed out. Way to go.
When I first met him, it was completely different. There was no cheating, there was no lying, there was no anything.
So they get back to the actual relationship here and the problems that they're faced with, and it sounds like they're just riddled with every insecure problem that you do not want to have when you are dating someone. They lie to each other, they cheat on each other, and it's just a constant cycle of lying and hiding things. I don't get why she would be so obsessed with such a loser like this, who obviously doesn't care about her either. I think this is just two toxic young people that think they know what love is and that they're in love, but it is so clearly everything opposite of that. It would do them a lot of good to just separate and never talk to each other again, but they have this toxic relationship that is almost magnetic at this point. She's drawn to him and the chaos, and I guess they say love makes you do dumb things. They're also immature and young, so it makes sense why they would not really realize how bad things are. They really think that this is true love, and this is how relationships should all be.
You didn't graduate from high school because you were so obsessed with him.
That's right. She did not graduate high school. She's lost jobs because she will just clock out or leave and go to his house when he wants to hang out with her. She is wrapped around this guy's finger and is willing to throw away her education, the most important thing that you need to work towards as a kid. Guys, stay in school if you're in school. It's mind-blowing that the mother would let this go on and let her daughter drop out because she has this crazed obsession over some random boy from her school. Everyone involved here needs to wake up and stop parenting out of guilt and tell these kids to stay apart from each other.
I don't get that.
Honestly, it turned into basically a nightmare. When it first started, it was fine.
If you describe your relationship as a nightmare, stop fighting for it, stop hanging out with this guy, and break up. I know I've said the same thing about 1,000 times so far in this video, but she keeps talking about this relationship in such a negative light, and if you're looking at loving this person as a challenge or something you need to overcome, then it's not going to work out and it's not meant to be. Just be single, bruh.
I got the restraining order because I was downtown in public with another girl with my friends, and she decided to show up and start trying to fight these other girls.
So this is the boyfriend we're hearing from. It sounds like the thing that drove him to finally get this restraining order against this girl was that she saw him out in public with someone else. He was just hanging out with friends, and she saw that as a threat and just started to immediately try to square up with these girls and fight them. So I think he was justified in getting this restraining order, but it's annoying that he doesn't follow it, and you'll hear that later on.
Why do you not adhere to the restraining order?
Because I'm in love with her.
This couple, they're just the definition of a young, idiotic couple that's in love. It's like a perfect caricature of just immaturity. He claims that he loves her, bro, but why would you love this person if you guys literally fight over everything, you're so toxic to each other, and she stalks you? That is not love, and you're sending a very mixed message by getting a restraining order against this girl, and then the next day asking her to hang out at your place because you're bored and you miss her. Make up your mind, dude. You can't have both worlds.
Well,
see, even Dr. Phil doesn't know how to respond to this. He's like, dude, why are you dropping this bombshell? We thought you didn't love her. That's why you got this restraining order. It shows that you do not like this person and do not like them to be around you so much that you need the government to step in and have them officially sectioned away from you. But it's okay. I'm sure Dr. Phil knew what he was getting into. This couple just has messy written all over them. And ultimately, I think this girl just needs to have some more self-respect and understand that she's overstepping boundaries, grow up a little bit, and make better decisions. You two need to stay separated. This relationship is not worth it. I'm sure, it's been actually a couple years since this came out, but I just really wanted to cover some of the old greatest hits. And this was a little bit before I made my channel, so I missed it, but it popped up in my recommended, and I knew it was a perfect video for you guys. Let me know what you thought of this story down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for the love and support on the recent videos, and until the next video, peace out.